time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday today. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Sorry, missed you yesterday, but I hope that you enjoyed indeed the sleepover by George Rosier that we had for you pre-recorded. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Welcome, as always. Let us know where you're joining in from and who else is joining in with you. I hope indeed that you get to enjoy the story that we have for you today. A classic, a Storytime favorite. That's coming back here to Storytime, and I promise you it will not be the last time this one comes back here. Forever or a Day. Yes, it is coming back forever and many, many more days too. Written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby. Cannot wait to share this one. If it's your first time reading this one, well, you're in for a treat. I hope you enjoy it. And of course, if it's one that you've seen before, you know what you're in for. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you're ready. Please grab that you need, that hot chocolate, that cool drink, or something else that you need to make this story time even better. Yes, go grab that snack and come and join us for the story. Thank you indeed for being here. Absolutely appreciate you and cannot wait to read this one. How have you been? How are you doing? How is it in your part of town? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your neighborhood is doing well. Of course, thinking of everybody that's been affected by fires and so many different things, adverse weather. I hope that we're finding some solace in our communities as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate being here with you. And yes, Storytime is not just about stories, but it's about hope. And this book, I think, is one of those really a good reminder to how much time are we spending with our loved ones, but also just a hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you and cannot wait. Good morning to you, Tori Gamble, out there in Bothell, Washington, sending you some love. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, Pamela Courtney out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana, sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And to all our friends, wherever you are, thank you for choosing to be here with us on Storytime, whether you're here live or indeed joining us later on for the recording. A big thank you to you. Forever or a Day is coming right up right here on Storytime. This one written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby. And of course, we are reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Are you ready? All right, here we go. I'll be right back. Well, after the short break, then we get started with our story for today. So excited, I'm about to start already. See you on the other side.
Hi, friends. I'm Marietta Apollonio, the author and illustrator of Jack the Library Cat, and you are watching my family's favorite Storytime with Mr. Limata. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining in, Marietta Apollonia, out there in Harvard, Massachusetts. Yes, indeed, and for sure one of my favorite people as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime Forever or a Day, coming to us from Sarah Jacoby, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby. And of course, we are reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. It has one of the most just breathtaking illustrations, this book, and just look at that cover, for example. And yeah, and this beautiful, let me see if I can show you that candies right here. Look at that. Yeah, stunning illustrations, and we're in for a treat. Forever or a Day. And you know, it's only in the maybe in the last couple of years that I finally got the title right, because I'd always say Forever and a Day, but it's Forever or a Day. Yeah, here we go. All right. Oh, focus. There we go. Times. Do you still get newspapers to your door, delivered to your house? Are you all digital now? Oh, Pamela Courtney, how are you doing? Good to see you here with us on Storytime. Oh my goodness, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime, and of course, my love to the family as well. Braylon, Chad, Jamil, everybody, please give them my love. Oh. Forever or a Day, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby. And we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Yeah, big thank you indeed to the Chronicle team, Caitlin Elk, everybody else that is there. Thank you so much. Yeah, Forever or a Day. If you look closely, you can see it. You can almost touch it. Yeah. If you look closely, you can see it. You can almost touch it. Yeah. It can be precise, like pouring the first cup of tea or picking the perfect shoe. I do love a good cup of tea. How about you? It can be precise, like pouring the first cup of tea or picking the perfect shoe. Yeah. Is it Uggs? Maybe. It's especially clear when you are late. It's especially clear when you are late. Oh, tell me about it. Some people pay a lot of attention to it. And some don't. Yeah, some people pay a lot of attention to it. And some just don't. Oh. Sometimes it's far, far away, like when you will be old, gazing out at the sea. Yeah, sometimes it is far, far away, like when you will be old, gazing out at the sea. Yeah. It is a drumbeat. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Yeah, it is a drumbeat. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Yes, indeed. It is a drumbeat. Is this what forever feels like? It is a drumbeat. Is this what forever feels like? I love that, Pamela Courtney. Oh. Too funny. Oh, love it. Sometimes it helps the bus arrive. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, sometimes it helps the bus arrive. Sometimes it doesn't. I lived in Baltimore for a while, and oh my goodness, that number 40 bus was always late. I'll never forget. And it was a 40-minute interval. So if you missed one, you were in for a wait. And somehow it never showed. And then it'll be 2 or 3 at a time. Sometimes it helps the bus arrive. Sometimes it doesn't. Mm-mm. Perhaps it is the twitch of a whisker or a wildly wagging tail, as quick as a heartbeat skip. Hello. Is it? Yeah, perhaps it is the twitch of a whisker or a wildly wagging tail, as quick as a heartbeat skip. Hello. Ah. The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. Yeah. Where does it go? The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. Where does it go? Yeah. Where does it go? Indeed. Can we stay longer? Yeah. Can we stay longer? Of course. Time together is always good. Perhaps it is a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Is it? Perhaps it is a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Yeah. I love this spread. Perhaps it's a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Yeah. I've shut my eyes, gone to sleep, stared at the sun, run backward really fast, but it keeps going. You cannot hold it. You cannot give it to someone in exchange for a snack. We've only got what we've got. Oh, that's the thought for the day for sure. I've shut my eyes, gone to sleep, stared at the sun, ran backwards really fast, but it keeps going. You cannot hold it. You cannot give it to someone in exchange for a snack. We've only got what we've got. Yeah, we've only got what we've got. Whether it is a drum beat, ba-doom, 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 a whisker twitch, lost or found. Yeah, we've only got what we've got. Whether it's a drum beat, a whisker twitch, lost or found. I love the time I have with you. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. We've only got what we've got. Whether it's a drum beat, a whisker twitch, lost or found. I love the time I have with you. Yeah. Mwah. And that is the end of our story. Oh, goodness. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I hope that indeed you enjoyed that beautiful story coming to us from Sarah Jacoby, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby, Forever or a Day. And of course, we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I hope that that one indeed, I mean, it always goes for your heart, right? That's the one. So I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it left you thinking, reflecting, and also seeing how much time are you spending with your loved ones, right? We've only got what we've got. Let's make the most of it. Thank you so much for joining Storytime. I'll be right back after this very short break.
Hi, I'm Chad's older brother, Braylon, and I'm homeschooled in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And you're tuning in with Storytime with Mr. Limata. Storytime with Mr. Limata.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Pamela Courtney. Big boys now. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime today. And Pamela Courtney, say, first time hearing this. So glad I got to hear it with your reading. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Pamela Courtney. It is a beautiful book, isn't it? I should say it, I was saying, if it's your first time hearing this one, you're in for a treat. And of course, if you've heard it before, I hope that it's still, like just brings up those emotions, those feelings, that love. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Forever or a Day. We've only got what we've got. So many things to think about with that. And of course, the memories that we build, right? Those are the ones that will carry us through. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Cannot believe it. 13 and 11. Goodness. Sending them the biggest of hugs. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And that's been the beauty of doing Storytime or being here on Stories Together and just seeing, like people it's been 5 years. This March 17th will be 5 years of Storytime. So it's just crazy to think about that and to see those that we know where 5 years old, they'll be 10, and those we're 6, 11, and so on. And it's just so crazy to think how much time has gone by. And I think just like the book we read the other time, right? Measuring, how do you measure things, and can we measure our time? Those 5 years in books, in stories read, in words read, right? In vocabulary built. There's so much that we could do in love sent across the ether, right? In so many different ways, in hugs shared. So yeah, there's a lot in laughs shared together. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for making Storytime the place to be, for making Storytime indeed a wonderful community. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Pamela Courtney, appreciate you. Everybody that is joining in. If it was your birthday, if it's your birthday, happiest of birthdays to you. And I hope that you enjoy it every single bit. Take care of yourself. And of course, thank you to everybody that joins in Storytime. Remember to let your friends know we are here 7 a.m. Pacific time. And of course, you can also catch the recording at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Make a date, be here. Let us know your recommendations. Let us know what you'd like to see and hear on Storytime. And we'll do our very best to try and bring it to you. But this has been Storytime for today. Forever or a Day was our book coming to us from Sarah Jacoby. Tomorrow, we bring back another Storytime favorite, and this one is called Tomorrow Most Likely. And this one is by Dave Eggers and Lane Smith. And of course, another one coming to us from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Biggest of thank yous, biggest of hugs. Thank you so much for choosing to be here with us on Storytime. Pamela Courtney out there in Natchitoches, Louisiana, wishing you the very best. Hopefully not too cold. Thank you indeed for being here. And hopefully these books, these stories that we're reading here keep us all warm together. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Biggest of hugs. And I will see you again when we're back tomorrow with another exciting story. This has been Storytime, coming to you live from right here in Moraga, California. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Storytime with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. You're just very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.